Are we live? Is YouTube being funny? There we go. Okay, so today we have MacBooks to fix. And if this one doesn't have vCore, it's going right back because the guy does not want to pay me and is kind of being really rude. So, no time to deal with that. So if it's not a 5-minute fix, then this goes bye-bye. Right back. Oh, what the heck? This is display capture? Why was that on display capture? Yeah, Greg, I need to watch that video I saw you uploaded. Okay. Alright, so this is I don't want to show that because that's customer information, but this is a A1398 that does not post, which is always a fun one when something doesn't post. So, there's a few things that can cause no posting on this machine, and this is going to be a complete nightmare. Oh, there's stuff under the CPU. So let's plug it in. Let's see how much current it takes. If we plug it in, the fan spins. And that's it. It pulls about an amp. If we unplug the battery, it'll be a little bit less than that. Let's measure CPU vCore real quick. Hopefully that's missing. Because if it's not missing, I'm probably not going to go any further with it, because I have other customers to get to. And 1.8 volts. Yeah, we have all that, but it's still not posting. So there's a few things that can cause no posting. So one, the SSD. So we're going to pull out the SSD, which has no screw in it. Big surprise. This can cause no posting. The I/O board, the keyboard, the trackpad, the screen. The only thing we want is plugged in is the speakers to see if it chimes. So plug it in again, see if it chimes, see if any current changes. And it's still pulling an amp. 2 amps with the battery unplugged. That is way high. And still no post. So something is going on here. Let's pull the board out and let me connect my microscope camera because that got disconnected. So here is my power cord. And the USB cable should be right over here. And wait a second, why is my speakers on? Is the video playing in the background? Probably. Okay, shut up. I don't want to hear myself talk. Okay. So we're going to pull this board out. I need a screw holder for that. There's one right here. We're going to do a visual inspection of the board. And if it requires me using my brain, then it's going to go back. And the webcam cable looks broken. Yeah, that is broken. Let's just see if it posts without the webcam cable now. Never trust machines that have been taken apart. You don't want this stuff. This was taken apart. You don't want jobs like this. No post. Let's see. Everything's unplugged. Speaker. Pull the board out. Alright, I have a bet. I bet it's going to be a bad BIOS. I bet the BIOS is going to be screwed with. EFI unlocked. I'm currently going to get everything set up. California requires this electronics and appliance repair license, which I have, but the thing is I need to get an employee because I can't do customer service anymore. It's going to make me lose my mind. You can only pretend to like people for so long, but the thing is I could spend time doing $15 an hour tasks like customer service and packing and stuff, and that takes time out of doing the $300 an hour tasks like board repair. So very soon here I should have some help. Always forget screws on the 1398. The 1398 is my least favorite machine to work on. Did you seriously tape this in? This was like stuck, like glued in. And yeah, this whenever someone is screwing with VRAM, yeah, no, you screw with VRAM, no repair for you. No repair for you. So let's have a look at this under the microscope. Shoot. Microscope. Microscope is down. Great. Video capture device 2. Wait, which one's my microscope? Okay. This is microscope properties, USB, whatever. We'll switch that to this one real quick. Right back. Okay. And there we go. We have microscope. So the first thing I see is this nonsense. No. What is this? Get out of here. No. None of this. Look at this. Edge bonding removed. Yeah. Edge bonding removed on the camera IC. SMC, edge bonding removed. Every edge bonding in the system has been messed with. And this means this is a nightmare. So if you look at this. Whoa, there's a lot of people here. Yeah, no screwing with VRAM. No screwing with VRAM. The fact that you removed all the edge bonding means that, yeah, this is a nightmare. Yeah, look at this. The problem with this is if something is not going to work or they're going to screw with it. Look at this. And then you're going to get blamed for everything. Oh, so they took it all off and then they put it back. That's what this is. They took it off and they put it back to try and hide it. Why would you do this? This is bad. What did you try and reflow the whole board? Yeah, this is clearly edge bonding that was placed back. And if we look right here, See this? Okay, the ultrasonic cleaner does this. That's what the ultrasonic cleaner does. No, the PCH too. Okay, you know what? We're done. No more. No more. Screw this. No more. No more. Back in the enclosure. I'm not even going to attempt to fix this. Because and the thing is, if I fix this, they get it back, it's going to die in a month because what the heck are you doing? Okay, to remove the edge bonding, one, you need heat. Every piece of edge bonding in the system is removed. So what did you do? Just put flux all over the board and just heat everything up? Yeah, now it doesn't post. No kidding. So you're going back. I don't know if the customer did this or the person that gave it to him did this, but yeah, no more. No fix. I don't get why people do this nonsense. But yeah, don't bother with these people. Let's see. Was it around the CPU too removed? Oh, around the GPU too. Fun. And then got metal thermal paste everywhere. Yeah. Look at this. All around the GPU, the edge bonding was removed. And you could tell they put it back too, around the CPU. I'm surprised I didn't even see this there. Yeah, that's. I'm just gonna reassemble this as quick as I can and get it back because I am not messing with this. It's one thing to do a repair attempt, okay, and change like the ISL or something. It's another thing to remove every piece of edge bonding on the whole system and then send it to me. Shame. No more doing this. There's a squirrel outside. It's interesting. Yeah, the people on that have been coming in recently that have seen the video and start pulling the age card. You know, you're 18, I trusted you, and you know, I was really not thinking about trusting you, and then I trusted you with my laptop. It's like, yeah, whatever. If you don't trust me, you could have your CD3215 rebuilt by PowerBook Medic. Because I'm sure they're more experienced than me. They've been in business for a long time, and they can help you out. And then the customers that always catch you in a mistake, if you just make a mistake on something and then they jump on the mistake and you said this and you know I'm here and it's not this time or whatever. Yeah. People that don't understand mistakes either, simple mistakes, you don't want them as customers either. At the end of the day, it's just not worth the headache. Just drop that screw. Where'd that screw go? It's right here. I don't get the removing the edge bonding. That makes no sense to me. It really doesn't make sense to me. Like, why would you do that? What? Oh, and look at this too. I just noticed this. See how this right here, this plugs into something, but you see that the thing that it plugs into isn't there anymore. See how that's not there anymore? See, this plugs into here, and that's not there. Bad. What about over here? What about near our BIOS? BIOS messed with? Yeah, it's typical. That almost looks it looks like Apple guys did it. No, Apple's not gonna do that. And Sarah says, "Did you change your mic?" No. Lewis changed TeamViewer settings. I mean, OBS settings, and it sounds much better now. I'm glad it sounds better. Yeah, so BIOS. See, there's a little bit of green stuff, but yeah, screw this. Because removing edge bonding is fun and satisfying to peel off. Yeah. Honestly, no, it's not. Trust me, it's not. Not when it breaks off and stays under the chip. Then it just becomes a huge nightmare. The thing is, why would you put it back on? I mean, it's like they were trying to hide that they did anything to it. And the thing is with customers like this, let's say if you fix it, right? Let's say you fix it and it works and then it dies because of something they did, that's chargeback right there. That's 100% you're getting a chargeback from them. All the clips are broken. The webcam cable is broken. Oh, you know what? Look at this. This isn't even the right, this is not even the right machine for the screen they're using. Look at this. Yeah, no more. If I see this, especially if you plug it in like they had it like this, it was in there like that. I wonder if the pins are all bent up inside and it's shorting a data line to that U3900 thing, and it had no camera, and that's why they had the edge bonding off of the U3900. And then probably, so here's my guess to what happened. They changed the screen. They jammed this cable into here, which caused no camera, which then they reflowed U3900, which had the edge bonding removed. The system needs that to work, and that's probably why it's not posting. I'll bet money on that because that's how people are. Do you warranty repairs? Yeah, I have a 1-year warranty on stuff, and that's the problem. People don't like to go through warranty. They just like to charge back. Darnell, no, this was not Apple. Trust me, this was not Apple. Even that, no, this is not Apple. I want to see this one connector. It appears I can't. Yeah, but I have a 1-year warranty on everything I do. I stand by what I do, but when someone messes with it, then no. The minute you mess with it, the minute that you take the board out and screw with it, then yeah, no more warranty. I get that people want to learn, but when I learned, I never screwed with stuff and then sent it to somebody else. If I couldn't fix it, I couldn't fix it, but I never yeah, that's fine. I just wanted to see if that was the reason why it wasn't posting. But yeah, that's probably what happened. So here's probably what happened. They changed the screen. The camera didn't work, so they took the edge bonding off of U3900. They probably reflowed it. That killed U3900, which caused it not to post. So then they thought video chip. Took the edge bonding off the GPU, reflowed the GPU. I don't know for sure that's what happened, but that's what it seems like. They put a, they put a whole new screen in this, and it's the screen from the wrong year, so it has a different cable. Yes, Aaron, I 100% agree with you. So this goes back. And I need to mark the other one for warranty. I have a paint stick that I mark boards if they take it apart, so I see if they take it apart, because you need warranty protection. And Sarah, that usually you could tell if they're a loyal customer that keeps coming back. You could tell by the attitude. After you've done it for a while, you know the attitude of a loyal customer versus someone that, you know, two completely different attitudes. One is going to be fairly nice. They're not going to have that attitude that it's like, you did this and it's not working because of you. They're going to understand that it's not your problem. They're going to understand that it's something else failed in the machine. When you get the customers that are blaming you, they're going to have that sharp attitude that they try and blame you for it. They're going to try and put everything on you, that, you know what, you did this, and if I would have brought it somewhere over here, this probably wouldn't have happened, and just nonsense like that. But yeah, you're going back. Where's the bottom cover on this? And the other one, yeah, this is done. What ticket is this? 4630. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. What are you going to do? Here's the thing about customers that send you unfixable stuff. I get a lot of these where stores, they just try and fix it, and then they send it to me. It's like a theft of time, because they're sending something they know they screwed with. They know it's probably not going to be fixable, yet they're sending it here. I spend 2 hours on it. In that 2 hours that I was working on their board, not getting paid anything, I could have been working on another one. So yeah, stuff like this. The minute someone messes with the board or store, no more. 4630. Every piece. Including GPU and CPU, wrong webcam, cable, send to the Mac Studio. There. So this one, I'll go grab another one that's hopefully fixable. I hate when my brain makes my mouth say something that I wasn't intending to say like that. A1706, liquid damaged. This one looks fun. Yeah, sometimes I'll go to talk, and what I intend to say, it just comes out as just gibberish. That's what fixing MacBooks 16 hours a day, 7 days a week will do to your brain. Yeah, I agree with that, Sarah, that people are too dumb to realize that they're causing all their problems. Usually when someone is so dissatisfied of the same service that you provide to everyone, then when someone is so dissatisfied with the service you provide with anyone, that's their problem and not yours. It's somewhat disrespectful. They put it to you because they goofed up. Aaron, yep, Exactly. Another common error that, yeah, when something software-wise goes wrong with something that has nothing to do with the capacitor you replaced on their board, same thing, no more. Sometimes it's both the repair shops that complain and ones that don't. So, is that a California warning for that? What did I say? Did I say something about a chemical or something? Wouldn't surprise me. You have to watch out on these A17, anything that's touch bar or USB-C, because it's a trap that when you take the bottom cover off, it'll want to cut your thumb. And I'll show you this. Hopefully I won't cut my thumb. I may also be pre-recording on some of this stuff, so if I repeat myself, that's why. Where's my suction cup? I always lose the most important things. It's like something that's always on my desk, then I go to reach for it, and it's non-existent, disappeared. Where's my suction cup? Here it is. And I need this blue pick. I don't know what was wrong with the old design. I have to make it complicated. There's one. It's two. Then you go in the front. Pry up on, it's already good. Yeah, these are a pain. So what you can kind of do is stick something under there so it wants to slide easier, and that's what I mean. See what I mean? Yuck. Yeah, these will get you if you're not careful. So, we have red liquid damage indicator. Let's see. There, CD3215 doesn't look too bad. Liquid damage by that. This is going to be a nightmare probably. And then your CPU MOSFETs. But would any of this stuff cause no power? I don't think so. I need to get one of those USB-C things. I don't really use that enough though. You know, the USB amp meter. I mean, it's just not, it's super important, but I really never thought of doing it. Okay, let's plug it in. Let's grab our USB-C charger. Go back to chat. Did Lewis Audio Gear arrive yet? Not yet. Okay, so what did I do? I'm confused. Please be 5 volts. Please be 5 volts. I want an easy one. I want like a no 3v3 G3 hop. CPU stays cold. That's always a good thing. That's always a good thing. Get 0 volts. Zero volts. I want it easy. Zero volts. That's no fun. 0 volts can be CD3215. Can be a short. 0.02 volts. My USB-C charger's plugged in. Check for a short real quick. No short. Let's try this side. "84 people watching. Thank you, Aaron. Chuck says, I thought you were going to direct people to the Genius Bar as an epic troll. No. I directed someone, I directed them to some place that's much more experienced than me, clearly. I hate that. I cannot stand. That is the, if you want me to pack up, what? This just made a noise. Is this booting? The CPU is warm and I heard the charging noise. But nothing on the screen yet. MacBook, what's wrong with you? Yeah, if you want your device to go back, as soon as you send it here, just start telling me about how inexperienced I am because of my age and that I'm, yeah, I have no time to deal with that. Here's the thing. I've dealt with that early on, back when I really did when I really didn't know what I was doing, and I am not going to deal with that again now that I do know what I'm doing. So this has no video, I think. Let's unplug it again. And that probably means the CPU is dead. If there's no video. Okay, it makes the dong noise. No video, no image. Give me a battery icon or something. Apple logo, battery icon, anything. Apple logo. So the CPU isn't dead, but our USB-C ports on one side don't work. So we are going to try and fix that. So it Apple logoed. Yeah, now it works. See? Works. But this side does not work. And this is the side with our liquid damage. So we're going to pull this board out and we're going to have a look under the microscope. Is this the one with bend gate? Yes. The new Macs make the phone noise? Yes, the same exact noise that the iPhone makes. And they don't chime anymore. They just make that stupid noise. I need my T4. That's strange. The phone made the messenger noise, but there wasn't a message. I hope it's not CD3215s because these are underfilled, and that's going to be a real nightmare. I don't want to reball underfilled CD3215s because it's probably going to end up with ripped pads. And that's to fix that you need a pawl, and I don't have a pawl right now. Maybe one day I will, but not right now. Maybe this will just be no green light, no chime, no phone noise. Yeah, what I think happened is they kind of combined the engineers from iPhone and MacBooks because there is way too much iPhone in this with the screws and all the shields. There's just too much iPhone in this. So I think what happened is the engineering teams combined or something, and they made a real lousy machine because all of these are just terrible. Can I work for you? What about my son? That's gonna turn into something on this channel, watch. It's just too hilarious. He didn't say he wanted his son to work for him. He said just train him for free. No, I'm not gonna train your son for free. Why would I do that? Because you don't want to work here. What's going to happen is if I do train your son, you're going to leave. Why would I just train someone to leave? You know, this isn't a pay me to train me thing. They totally did. The Mac and OS X dev team is dead. Yeah. It would not surprise me. Any other shields need to go? This one. Get a Steve before Paul. I'm working on that. I'm working on that. Whoa. Look at this. Rest in peace. Where is it? Yeah. Touch bar is dead. Exploded. No good. Rest in peace. Rest in peace, little MacBook. Look at this. Poor MacBook. This makes me want to drill a hole. Yeah, this is... Hopefully I can save that. That connector has to go. This is the touch bar, I believe. That has to go, of course. This is what I mean about awful design. Well, I guess it's not awful design, but on the new ones, that always happens. The connectors explode like that. There should be a resistor or something that stops that from happening to limit current to that, because the reason why that's happening is there's so much current applied to it that it just burns. But that might be backlight for touch bar. I don't know. Hopefully the chip that controls touch bar isn't dead. Was this liquid damage? Yes. Stop suggesting Apple puts in fail-safes. Well, here's the thing. I'd rather replace a 10 ohm resistor than the nonsense connector and touch bar. You should improve the design. No, I'm too dumb to improve the design. Message on personal email. I don't care. I never check that anyway. So what I'm hopefully going to try and do is get the USB ports to work. Where'd that screw go? Too many screws in these new things. I hate them. Just no, there should be a resistor or something right there, because a 10 ohm resistor would prevent that from happening because it's going to limit the current going into that. But I don't know if that's possible with, I don't know what those pins are for, maybe for touch bar backlight. And if that's the case, that kind of makes sense that it failed like that. But still, I mean, it's no fun for the person that has to replace it. What's holding you in, little motherboard? No, I always miss one screw. It's like my signature mark of taking something apart is missing one screw and then pulling up on the board. I always do that. And also, everybody, I have something to shill on the channel. In 1 second. So, I get a lot of questions for board repair help through email, through Facebook, through a bunch of platforms. Now, as I try and reply to these, okay? As much as you may think about how much of a mean person I am, I'm really not. I try and reply to as many of these as I can. However, I just can't. I'm just too busy. I often can't get to that question. I can't take the 25 minutes out of my day to answer that. However, there is a forum here that you can go to at forum.tcrscircuit.repair, and here you can get answers to your board repair question. So this is $25 a month. This is not answered by me, but someone who is better than me, and multiple people that are better than me. And here you can get answers to your board repair questions. It's $25 a month. It's forum.tcrscircuit.repair. There's also some other portions of it. The only one that's paid is MacBook board repair. So there's also a free version of this that you can ask stuff in and talk to people with each other. There's electronics engineering board. There's a tool board. All this is completely free. Radio frequency, general electronics, and MacBook logic board repair. So here there is some helpful guides. So troubleshooting PP Bus G3 hot issues. I have wrote a guide here, and then also other people have added stuff to the guide, and this is just pretty much everything. Everything possible in the PP Bus circuit is right here that could go wrong. There is also a guide on PM Sleep S4L issues on MacBook logic boards of things to check, and there's also more stuff added too of stuff that I missed. And there's also, let's see, I think there's another one for platform reset issues, the most headache problem to solve. And yeah, check it out. For $25 a month, not per question, it's fairly reasonable, because if you don't know what you're doing, and we help you just solve one board, just one board out of, let's see, so if you fix just one board, I think what happened? OBS got screwed up. What's happening? Okay, if you fix just one board, that $25 would have made you $150 to $300. So check it out. I'll put the link in chat and in the description. And I lost viewers for shilling. That's good. Okay, so back to this. Let's look at our USB-C port, because that's most common. Thanks, ProbePoint. I appreciate it. Yeah, and this is probably why it has 0 volts there, is this. So if we switch the ports a little bit, I bet it'll work. Okay, let's plug the port into the other side. I'm going to switch back to OBS so I know what I'm showing you guys. So this port is on the other side. I'm going to plug this in. Kind of hard to plug it in with no screws. I could already feel our CPU getting hot. Yeah, CPU gets hot with that on this side, so that's new USB-C port and new touch bar most likely. Let's get this out of here. Let's see if we could even recover this area, because this looks pretty bad. Okay. I'm banned? Why am I banned? What did I do? I didn't do anything to be banned. Fume extractor? Banning me would not be nice. And we're gonna brutally murder this connector. This connector is gonna wish it's never seen life before. Put a nice big solder blob on our thing. $540, that's not enough. You need to go like 840. 540 isn't going to do a thing. Surprisingly, this doesn't look too bad underneath. I was expecting that to look a lot worse. Oh, 95 watching. I should chill again. Who thinks I should chill board repair now that 100 people are watching? No, everybody knows I fix boards. That would be useless. That would be useless to show board repair because everybody knows I fix boards. So why would I even bother to show board repair when everybody in the chat knows I fix boards? That would make no sense. Yeah, Intel speed step will downclock your CPU. Show board repair? Fine. Fine, I will show board repair. I will show board repair featuring a sneak peek of the new website. The new redesigned TCRS circuit.repair. That hasn't went online yet. Because it's still half finished and probably has spelling errors like a 4-year-old designed it, but who cares about that? I shall chill now. Display capture. Wait, first full screen. Display capture. Here is the newly redesigned TCRS circuit.repair. If you have a MacBook that does not turn on, go to either fixyourmacbook.com or www.tcrscircuit.repair. And here you'll find a list of what can be wrong with your MacBook. So if you click on not charging, if it's not charging the battery, you can see that you have a corroded charge circuit, picture of a corroded charge circuit right here. That can be both a logic board or a battery. If you need mail-in repair, go to tcrscircuit.repair/mail-in repair, I think. There's a link in the description of that as well, or just go to the front page of the website. And if you need business-to-business rates, those are also available on tcrscircuit.repair/something that I don't know. So let's go check that out now. Shut off display capture for a second so you don't see credit card info or anything like that that's listed. So if you're a repair store, you can go to tcrscircuit.repair and click on B2B logic board repair, where you'll have a list of prices right here for you. So for like one of the most common MacBook Airs is $185, Retinas are $240. Even the new 2018 MacBook Air is only $335 to get the board fixed in it. So yeah, check out www.tcrscircuit.repair if your MacBook does not work or if you need a board repair. And that is all the shilling for today. Now where do I get my microscope back? There we go. The new website is going to be loads better than the old one. The old one is kind of terrible compared to the new one. Alright, so this area of the board does not look too happy, honestly. So we could see we have an internal board short. A little, no, actually, this isn't too bad. So we don't want to disturb too much right here. So we're just going to dig this out just a little bit. This is for the main power to the touch bar. Yeah, this isn't too bad. So we're going to leave this alone. We don't want to mess with it too much. So if it's not shorted, we're fine. This needs a new touch bar connector. This needs nothing right here, just cleaning. This component has some corrosion. Probably will replace this. I'll let you know, Chuck. Thank you. Yeah, this is a boring repair. This is a boring stream. Because I fixed everything that's amusing. Or did I? Alright, let's see what else that is interesting, stream worthy. Let's see, retina distorted video, that's going to be no fix. Random powering off, that's going to be probably no fix. HP laptop, no power, that's going to be boring. That's a dead GPU. What's this one? Oh, that's C9560. That's boring for stream. Alright, so now I'm going to do the boring part of my workday. The part that I'm going to be hiring someone. Oh wait, what's this? This is a Dell laptop. Error code. 5 amber, 3 white. Power rail failure. I'll take this one. I'll take this one. One more before I start the boring part of my day of doing everything I don't want to do, like testing and shipping and reassembling. And the HP no power is going to be a dead. Someone plugged in the battery in backwards, and 12 volts almost always went to the 12. When you do that, 12 volts almost always goes to the ITE, and that's going to be trash. That's whenever you have like a solder blob or something, just throw it. No need to throw that in the trash. Okay, so this is a Dell XPS that has that they didn't send the charger with. Always fun when they don't send the charger that's proprietary. Yeah. Oh wait, this is USB-C. This is USB-C. Okay, so this is a Dell XPS that does not turn on. Plug it in. If we try and hit the power button, what does it do? Where is the power button on this? Wait, is this power? Yeah, USB-C. It should work. Nothing. Dead. Yeah, I think that's the power button. Now, why wouldn't this work if it's a USB-C charger? There we go. So, lights. lights, and that's it. Okay, now we have a power light. We have a power light. We have keyboard backlight, but nothing else. No fan in a Dell XPS? Are you kidding me? A Core i7 7th gen with no fan. Just when you think Apple is the worst of all laptops, you get something like this. No fan. Gotta wonder who designs this stuff. I worked at Dell. Okay, Arnold, tell me what's wrong with this. You can tell me what's wrong with this then. So, what does this mean? Look, when I plug it in, so if I plug the battery back in, so what it does, see the LEDs up here? Alright, plug it in this way. Alright, see the LEDs, how they flashed? That's all it does. I got a throttled CPU right now on the stream. Do a reset with no battery, hold power button. Does a group accept member requests if the answers are in French? Let's see what. Let me translate what they say. If they are legitimate answers, correct, then yes, accept them. If they are like lane obstacle in French, then no. So I held the power button. The LED code is apparently power rail failure. So I'm just going to take the board out. I'm curious what's under this heatsink. I want to see if the CPU die is exploded. It's KB Lake, so that's always possible. Yeah, I can't believe this. No fan. No fan. Oh, the heatsink is like some nonsense heatsink. Yeah, if the answers are okay in French, then yeah, accept them. Did you get your new mic? Not yet. I'm almost finally caught up on everything here. Oh, CPU throttle equals no fan. Yeah, that's dumb. What kind of screw is that? What kind of mic are you getting? Lewis is sending me a Countryman E6. Someone here? Oh, 2 o'clock already. I need to get going. I really need to get going. So this is going to be a really quick look over. and see if there's anything obvious, and if it's not anything obvious, I kind of gotta go. Because I need to get stuff to FedEx. I need to fill out an application for the state. And I need to work on my new website because I need... Do you fix PC laptop motherboards? Well, yeah, sort of. I guess I am now. I usually don't, but I am now. I fixed a ThinkPad the other day. This is a Dell that I'm probably not going to fix because it's probably going to be a CPU. I'm waiting for the day I get to answer lane obstacle, and I just put to the same questions just for fun. That would be hilarious. I may have to do that. I'm just going to start saying in my streams, you know, I'm going to check this lane obstacle instead of resistor. Check your current sense lane obstacles. Sounds fun. That's the best part about being in that group, is seeing the member requests. I don't really like the rest of it because it's people usually don't listen to me, but the member requests are just priceless. Is there more Please Bros right now? Let me look. I just saw something else that I think someone posted by mistake, and it pulled up a link that... But let's look at the Please Bros. There's no Please Bros here. There's no more Please Bros. So the highlight of the group of all time was this one guy called Jerry. So if you go to search for Jerry, and it was priceless. So search for the post. Is this guy back in the group? Who let this guy in? If someone let this guy back in, then that's no good. So search the group for Jerry. It has the post has 147 comments. Let's see. It has 147 comments, and it is the title of the post is, "Hi, I have an iPhone 4S from a customer that loops on the Apple logo." So search the group for Jerry and read that. We pretty much tag everybody, all the new admins in this, because this is an example of how to get banned. It was priceless. It was more priceless than anything else in the group. It's yeah, this was gold. You know what, let me show it on display capture. So display capture. So it starts here. "Hi, I have an iPhone 4S from a customer that loops on the Apple logo. I have to connect to iTunes, whatever. What matters is this. Logic board repair." Wait, what did he say up here? Is it possible you could tell me what components would be causing the issue, and if possible, what components could be removed to allow the phone to power up and recover the data? I would really appreciate the advice on this. Logic board repair unfortunately does not work like that way. Any signs of liquid damage? Have you tried updating it in recovery mode? No liquid damage. No liquid damage. I want to restore it, and then has all the information, whatever. But if this goes on, I told him this is an iPhone question. This would be better for the introduction to microsoldering group. And he tells me easy up. It says microsoldering and discussion. This is why we removed that. I think it also says discussion and help, also microsoldering, and the subject seems to be taking a lot of interest. You are really stick in your rules, easy up a small bit. It takes years of hands-on experience to master repair. Yes, we do know how to get it to boot up, but how can I help you when I don't have the board in my hand? It's not as easy as you think. The idea of I have a broken screen, I put a new screen on and it's fixed does not work on board level. Just because you want the data back does not mean that you will get it. I have dealt with plenty of customers that wanted their data back, but unfortunately it was gone. I know you may not get the data, it is not worth. I agree it takes years, but you have to start somewhere. This just, it never made any sense. Let me jump. But your knowledge does not stand up with me. It has not sound logical to me. Said this is a MacBook board troubleshooting group with MacBook board techs. This is why I told you this would be better for the intro to microsoldering group, as there are more iPhone board techs. It's not that we don't want to help, it's that we don't know. Easy up a bit. He says it again. I told him you're done. The group also says microsoldering and discussion. Post to the intro to microsoldering group. This I'm not going to read it anymore because people are getting tired of my voice, I'm sure, but yeah. It just goes on and on. This was great. Oh, 49 more replies here. So here he says this guy is good at what he does. Says reheat the Wi-Fi chip gently to try to get it to reboot or update again. When you say the Wi-Fi, I think it is maybe a software corruption fault. Also, if you heat something that allows it to cause reboot again, you are not fixing the problem. Do you want data? You needed to boot once. Why will heating the Wi-Fi chip making it boot? The issue I say is a software issue, just like when you need boot software on a laptop or desktop to get the stage load in Windows. It just goes on and on and on and on. But yeah, in the MacBook group, if you want to get banned, act exactly like this, because this is, yeah, that was good. I have to admit, that was good. I still laugh at that to this day. It's just hilarious. I myself has a Razer Blade 2014 and need to fix the power delivery on it. Hard power is off on excessive GPU load and does not properly detect or charge battery, but it sort of works. Okay, so you have either two issues. If you look at the back of a Razer board, let me grab a Razer board. If I could find a Razer board. So your issue is going to be two things. So you either have an issue around your charge controller. So the charge controller is right here on the board. It's right. It's a BQ2427 something or other. Or these capacitors right here for AC in are going to be exploded and charred into the board. Now, these will short, but what's going to happen is they're going to explode and they're going to burn out the short so quick that it's going to work. It's just not going to charge right. So your issue is going to be around here or around the charge controller, and it's also possible you have a dead battery. If your battery is dead, it's going to do the same thing. It's going to shut off under load. Now, the Razer 2014 batteries are very hard to get, and you're almost never going to get one that works properly. So, yeah, try find a used OEM battery, and if that doesn't work, then yeah, you're screwed. Pull the board out too and look. But yeah, Razer sucks. I used to repair Razer boards, but the thing with the customers is they tend to be a little bit crazy. So yeah, no more Razers. The parts are hard to get. That you can't keep a warranty on them. I missed an hour of this live stream because I did not see a notification because I was watching another TCRS video. I'm glad you're watching my videos. I'm glad you enjoyed them. What the heck is holding this board in? Oh, there's a screw right here. I almost broke the board. Yeah, the replacement battery. I have You know what? I have a replacement battery. No, I think it's bad. I think it's bad. I think the battery I have is bad. I have a couple batteries I could send you. Send me an email at service@tcrscircuit.repair and I'll send you an invoice for shipping. I have 2 batteries you can try. They're probably both trash, but just try it. I don't know when I'll be able to get them out, but I'll try and put them in a package and send them to you. But yeah, they both may be bad, but maybe you can take cells out of it or something and make one working battery out of 2. Could you please stream at night so I could stare at you in the day? No. After finding your channel, you've given me a reason to take out my microscope and other equipment I bought in 2018 out of my garage back into practicing board repair. I'm glad to hear. I'm glad to hear that I helped you in one way or another. Alright, so we're going to look at this board under the microscope, but this is probably going to be trash. This board looks terrible. I have no idea what would cause that Dell to power off like that to the person that asked. What are you repairing? No more MacBooks? No, there's MacBooks to fix, but they're not really interesting for stream. They're either not board repair or just... This looks familiar. This is a USB-C controller. Let's see if we could find anything wrong. Just look slowly. iPitch, this is actually an XPS right now that we're working on. This cap looks like it got hot. So this cap right here, that's fine. Do you have board views those or not, or just PDFs? I don't have either, honestly. I have to go soon. I think it would be boring that you guys see the rest of my workday. Alright, so how do you take this heatsink off? Probably an issue around the CPU circuit. Hey, Tim today's. Send your MacBook to PowerBook. Send your MacBook.com. No, if you hate Tim and you want someone that's professional and experienced, go to PowerBookMedic.com. How do you take this darn heatsink off? It has these clips. What moron designed this? Seriously, don't even tell me. Is this soldered to the board? Well, this is fun. What's the model number of the XPS? XPS 12? What's it say? I don't know. There's no model number on it. Okay, here we go. There we go. What the heck is this CPU? Look at this little CPU. What happened, Intel? It never used to be like this. And then look at this. The CPUs used to be nice and big, and now they're this. Look at this. This is the size of my finger. The CPU is tiny. It's like a Core M, not a Core i7. But anyway, let's see if we see anything obvious. Yeah. This can be anything. So where's our... Okay, so these... That's a MOSFET for CPU. This is probably the controller for the CPU. It probably controls this MOSFET. So if I plug this in, let's see if I can find vCore anywhere. So the PCH instantly gets hot. One second. So CPU doesn't get hot, but I need the power button to turn it on, which is held in by some strange assembly that's riveted in that I don't care about. So yeah, at this point, let me see. Arnold. It doesn't really say. It says Core i7. It says Dell. Other than that, it doesn't really say anything. On the bottom cover, it doesn't even have a service tag or anything. Oh, yes, it does. It's on under a little flap. That's pretty cool. So this is a... It's from 2017. Dell P71G. So P71G. That's under the registration model. P71G. Okay. Alright, service tag. Alright, service tag. Alright, Arnold, you ready? So, service tag is 9WLC2H. Alright, so the power, where the power connects to the board. You know what, is this the power switch right here? No, the power switch is kind of on the opposite side. Well, you rent as Lewis as well. Maybe. It depends. You know, if this people that act like they did today come back and don't trust me, then probably, yeah, you probably will get a few angry rants. So the connector for power is right here, so we're going to try and short this. We have to find out what's what, though. So I'm going to measure voltage and find out what's our 3-volt signal and what's ground, what's our signal lines, all the good stuff like that. So here's... Okay, that's 5 volts. This is ground. This is 3 volt. That's 3 volts, so it's either going to be these two right here. So the biggest thing of a rant, so if you look at the video that I just uploaded a little bit ago, that was the most of a rant you're ever going to see from me. Yeah, this board is probably... I just did Arnold nothing. So here's our controller. I just got an email that... Guess what? Now, Justin Millman can send me 87 cents through YouTube Super Chat. So check this out. What do you think about going to Vimeo? I don't want to pay $900 for something that it takes up such a little part of my life, like streaming. Let's see if I can enable Super Chat now. Other features. Statuses and features. Super Chat eligible. Enable. Yeah, do I need to read terms? I agree to terms. Title. Something random. Can anyone tell me if they see the Super Chat now icon show up? See, this is what kills me. I have to reply to messages right now while fixing a board, or attempting to fix a board. And that's kind of what is hard. Okay. Thank you. Probe point. And it works. So I appreciate that. Finally. Okay, I completely lost my train of thought. So, okay, so what the customer said is they dropped it and then it stopped working. So that's what they just said is I just got word from the customer that this was dropped and now it doesn't work. So guess what? Yeah, this could either be a cracked ball under the CPU, it could be a cracked ball under anything. So we're going to turn into a complete please bro right now. Here's the thing about something that's dropped. If the only thing, I mean, the history would drop, it's either going to be a crack in a CPU die or something like that, or a broken solder joint somewhere. So pretty much the only thing we can do is just resolder everything. So it could be a cracked joint anywhere. Probably under the CPU, honestly. Thank you, Pirnov. I appreciate it. Could be a crack capacitor too, so that also happens. Some drops. Let's go around checking. So after a drop, the first thing I'll look for is either a shorted tantalum capacitor. I mean, not a tantalum capacitor, a ceramic capacitor. And the thing is, it could be pretty much anything. These are good. The fact that it kind of turns on, I don't know the power rail sequence this is, what this has. As far as what rail comes on first, I know on some Dells, in order to get the lights, you need to have a 5-volt rail, and we kind of have that, so as of right now, it could be anything. Could be a short on a random rail. Could be a crack ball under the CPU. Could be a random a random solder joint somewhere. That's what we hope for, is it's either going to be a shorted capacitor, like one of these. Wait, are you shorted? Are you not shorted? I don't know if this is low resistance or short. And I also don't know what the reference voltage is right there. But we may have found a short. So which one was it? It was these. These look like 10 microfarads. And I think there's a partial short on here. So what I'm going to do is we're going to inject a really small amount of voltage, like half of a volt, and see what it pulls. So if it instantly jumps to 5 amps or something, we know we have a short there. If it doesn't, then we know it's probably normal. So this is a good way to check stuff, is when to check for parasitic current draw, you should have a very low resistance. Is the lane obstacle shorted? Yes, the lane obstacle is probably shorted. So if we have a relatively low current draw, we know we're probably okay. But if we have a relatively high current draw, like 5 amps, another thing, we don't know what's ground here. So I'm going to take that this is not ground. Put some flux down as my brain throttles. Hate when that happens. So we don't know which side is ground. Let's try and find the side that's ground. Obviously ground is going to be 0 ohms to ground. This side is ground. This side is not. I'm going to move the board closer because my power supply wire is tugging on it, and that's not good. So we have a wire there. Let's hook up our ground lead. And we have about a half of an amp, which is not really a short. I'll fix that lane obstacle once I'm done overdriving the motherboard. That makes about as much sense as... Okay, so we have very, very low current draw, so this is probably okay. It's at half of a volt. Yeah, there's no short there. So I'll keep checking for shorts, but at this point now, it's at the point of just probably putting flux everywhere, reflowing it, and ultrasonicking it, because there's just not... It could be anything at this point. It's, you know, WLC... Okay. Probe, what am I saying? W9WL 9WL C2H2. I'm sorry, my brain is, yeah, it does not work properly most of the day. So what was I doing again? And 2:30, I have to go. I'm really pushing it on time, but I have to fix this, or attempt to fix this. Hi, Vladimir. Please do not mimic Lewis. Sometimes it's hard not to do this. I mean, It could also be after being dropped. It could also be a shorted trace, not a shorted trace, but a broken trace inside the PCB itself. And if that's the case, it's really done. Yeah, I think. Here we go. What's this? Zero ohms. 0.35 ohms. Not that. I think that's the same thing on the other side. Yeah, I'd say at this point, I have to do customer service for a second here. I don't want to type my own address, so I'm going to go to my website and copy and paste my own address. Hopefully customer service person will come soon. Yeah, so there at this point, being dropped, it could be just about anything. So what's gonna happen here? Could be a cracked joint somewhere, could be a cracked joint under the CPU, near the CPU, anything. So Amtech treatment. We could only hope that it's going to be a cracked joint, because if it's not a cracked joint, it's, you know, even though this is kind of please bro-ish, but I'm even going to adjust my temperature so it doesn't kill the board, instead of blasting it like I do with MacBooks. I'm going to try not to melt anything either. I'm smoking up my office pretty bad. Now this is different from, let's say, reflowing a graphics chip or something. Because with reflowing a graphics chip, what you're doing is, it's a flip chip design, so it's temporary. This really isn't anything that's temporary. This is probably going to be a broken solder joint somewhere, and finding something under a chip like that's going to be pretty hard. Given how thin this board is too, that would not surprise me. There we go, that's starting to be reflowed. How much would it cost to send my Dell laptop from Europe? Probably a lot, because it's probably not going to be fixable. You know, it really depends on what's wrong with it. No, Brendan, this is not a MacBook. This is a Dell that was dropped. I checked for shorted capacitor, nothing there. It doesn't turn on, it just flashes a blank code for either CPU or power rail failure. There's no physical signs of damage, so I'm being a please bro and just reflowing everything because that's all that can be done for this. Yes, agreed. Send a dock volt. Much closer, much cheaper, and he's probably better than me at this. Whatever this thing is, this looks like a BGA chip that would probably get cracked. This kind of looks not so good either. It's probably going to be a cracked ball under a BGA chip. And this heat that I'm using, this is not careless or anything. This isn't like blindly taking heat gun to the CPU. This is actually would be a legitimate fix if it did work. That's for audio, I don't care. What's this thing for? The joints look fine on that. Whoa, and I just burned something with my hot air. Any power rail coming from V-Core? No, nothing. I don't know, actually. It's probably hanging on PM Sleep S4L or something. I don't have a schematic, so I don't even think schematics are available. So I'm going to test this now. Yeah, Piranov is an engineer. Piranov knows light years above what I know on this stuff. There was a short on one rail, you said? No, I checked for a short. There's no shorts that I could find. And after being dropped that it just stopped working. Yeah, it's probably a cracked joint somewhere. Or it's cracked in the internal in the board. I did Piranov near the CPU and near other stuff, and it's not. The CPU is actually getting slightly warm with no voltage, and that's concerning. So try to tell him earlier. What did you try to tell me? Yeah, with a drop, it's just so unpredictable. So you could just pray and hope it's a broken joint somewhere, not a crack in the board or a crack in the CPU die or something. And the thing is, the symptoms are going to be all the same, you know. I'll check VCCA right now that I have the heatsink and stuff off. I hate this flux. It's really not healthy of me to get it on my hands, but I've been doing it for a while, and I mean, I only have gotten minimal skin infections. No, actually, flux isn't going to cause a skin infection. I've had that a few times, but it's mainly... Flux can irritate your skin, But the main thing you have to watch out in this business is washing your hands and stuff after you get a cut, because you don't know. Can I work for you? I'm living in Irvine. I don't know where that's at, but I wouldn't suggest moving here to work for me. I'm not hiring a board tech yet. And it has to be someone local as of right now. No, Vladimir, I've actually gotten skin infections from working on this stuff. After that one vomit board I worked on a while ago, yeah, never again. But yeah, that's mainly from getting a scratch or a cut, and then you know, either not knowing or ignoring it. And also working all the time and having a fairly lousy immune system does not help with that. RTC battery. Let's plug the charger in now and we're ready to test. Plug in the screen. Did you wash your hands after the MacBook scratched you earlier? No, but I did put something to kill germs on it. I'm really cautious like that now. I've had it happen twice in 2 months. And one time was really bad where I couldn't even really move my hand. The skin was all like on the knuckles infected. And it spread all over my hand. And after that, I'm really cautious now. Let's plug in the LED since I did not plug that in. Hi Cam, iPhone does not work. The iPhone gives me an Apple logo but shuts off right after. This is a Dell XPS. Yes, this is a Dell XPS. It's a piece of junk Dell XPS that doesn't want to work. So if I plug in the charger, press power button. The strange thing about this one, the USB-C port does not want to work on one side. Does it need the battery plugged in to work? Let's plug in the battery. 3.5 is power welfare. These MB are pants. I'm not sure what that means. But yeah, most likely this is hopeless. It's most likely dead. Like Piranov said, Dell, I mean, not Dell, probably a dead CPU or something. What's kind of weird that I noticed is it doesn't always give me the flash code. When a minute ago, it didn't do it for me a couple times, and now, okay, there it goes. Now it's flashing. It just flashed. Okay, it's flashing. So white, amber. Okay, what's this? It wasn't doing this before, so it is 2 amber, 3 amber. Yeah, it's so 3, 5. We get loads of returns on XPS. So yeah, power rail failure, but what power rail is that? And CPU is cold, so maybe it is CPU VCCA issue. Let's see. And I really have to go. 242, I really have to go. I'm really pushing it on time. 0 volts. 0 volts. 0 volts. 0 volts. Yeah, so we get pretty much nothing. Is RAM soldered? Of course it is. So there's our 8.6 volt rail, similar to PP bus. That's there. This is our 3 volt rail. That's there. Here's our 5 volt rail. That's there. Yeah, 5 volt rail is there. Let's grab the FLIR. It says press power button for 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nothing. The power light is on. No more flash code. The keyboard backlight is on. There is no CPU V-core, so it's not even getting to that stage. Now, on newer Intel CPUs, they die in 2 ways. Either it will not post or won't request a voltage from the chip. So most likely, from what I'm seeing, this is probably a dead CPU because it's probably not requesting V-core since VCCA, everything. So I'm pretty sure how this is going to work being a low voltage. It's going to have 1 phase for GPU graphics. It's going to have 1 phase for system management. I mean, for system agent. It's going to have 1 phase for the V-core. And then VCCA is a little coil right here, which is also 0 volts. So we have pretty much 0 volts on all the rails for the CPU. And we have our we have our rails and kind of needed for that, but there is no power. Or the CPU is not requesting power from the V-core chip, or the chip that controls V-core. I already reflowed the power chip for USB-C. So at this point, yeah, this is probably a dead CPU. Typical Intel. Okay, so this coil has nothing. Now what's this coil for? So anybody in my chat that might be, the person that's saying well, I won't say it directly, but if you work for Dell and you have access to a schematic and board view on this, it would be terrible if you sent that to me. I'm just saying, that would be completely awful of you to send that to me right now. Yeah, I agree with Piranov. Well, here's the thing, Piranov. The CPU is warm, and that's the even more concerning thing about it. But yeah, 240, I really have to start packing stuff, so I really doubt you guys want to watch me pack stuff, but I pack stuff like an idiot. So, what model XPS? I don't know. Small die or large die? It's this stupid tiny thing, look. It's like a Core M. See, here's my finger. Here's the CPU. Alright, I'm out of here. I really have to ship stuff or else people are going to get really upset at me because they paid and didn't ship. Alright, thank you for watching.